Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Anno 117 Pax Romana. I hope you're having a good one because I am so excited to be back. Today, I have a spreadsheet. Yes, I've been doing some research into Anno 117 and I have some news, I have some data, I have some numbers, and I'm very excited to get to work with all of those things. Now, I should mention my decision to go and get a spreadsheet was based on two things. Number one, it was my own knowledge of the fact that a lot of these production chains are going to get a little bit more complicated as we go on. But number two were a couple of comments on a couple of the previous episodes that mentioned that there do be some production calculators out there on the internet. So I went to a bunch of them for this game and I compiled all the data into my own spreadsheet. And now I have my own spreadsheet of all of the production recipes in Anno 117. And while that does take a little bit of the challenge out of it, I'm not good at maths, okay? I'm not very good at maths. I never was. So this makes my life a little bit easier. And so, for example, I want to take a look at togas, because as it stands right now, this could be a little bit more efficient. According to my data, togas would be better served with 3 flax farms, 3 snaileries, 4 weavers, 4 dye works, and then 2 loom weaveries. Now, as it stands at the moment, we have 2 flax farms, 1 snailery, we have 2 weavers, 2 dye works, and then 1 loom weavery. So what I think we do, very simply, is we can go to, I want to say this spot right here, I think is totally fine. And we're going to put a bunch of flax back here is what we're going to do. We're going to just expand things a teeny tiny little bit. I'm hoping I can expand this in a way that doesn't look terrible, but thus far it's looking a little bit terrible, which I don't really appreciate, to be quite honest with you. I might move this thing. I don't know if it probably doesn't matter, right? It probably doesn't matter all that much. We'll just do this. I don't love that little bit sticking up there, but that's probably fine. So that's going to be our 3 flax farms that we need for this line to be a bit more efficient. When it comes to the snaileries, we actually only have 1 right here. It's this guy right there. So we're going to bulldoze you. And instead of having it all the way over that way, we're going to do some snaileries over here because I think this makes more sense. What we can also do is maybe start with them down this way, or maybe right here, because then I can hopefully fit a bunch of stuff in this side of the map. So we'll do 3 of these guys as well. It's going to be 3 snaileries. They will need to be connected to a little bit of a road, is my thinking here. So we'll go and do this. We'll bring this down, I want to say to here, so we can go around this this farm, which I think is fair enough. And we'll connect it right there, which is great. We can also connect it right here, which I think is going to be great. And we will need to do some kind of warehouse out there. So if I put a warehouse here, I can't put a warehouse there. I could put it here. I don't mind that as a spot for a warehouse. I'm not 100% sure that I can get roads the entire way around it. So can I put a warehouse here? I absolutely can. That's where we're going to build a warehouse for those guys. So that's our 3 flax farms. That's the 3 snaileries. We now need to get our hands on 4 weavers and on 4 of the other ones, the dye works. So we have some weavers right here. We could probably get a few more of these guys if we were to go in and take out this road and then say that we wanted a weaver to be right about here and right about there. We can surround those with some roads without really interfering with what we've got going on over in the right here. And if I do this, it doesn't really interfere either, which is beautiful news. And then, of course, we need the dye works, of which we already have 2. So these new dye works, I want to say could go here, since this can just sort of have them all lined up next to each other. I think that's probably a solid idea. So 2 dye works right there is pretty good. We can surround those in roads as well. And then the last thing we need to do is get our hands on another loom weavery. Now, this is going to give us bonus income to any buildings in the area. We have one up here already, so I'm thinking we build one over this way. We could get a lot of bonus money from a lot of people in this space if we build a loom weavery. Although I'm slightly tempted to build it here, and then extend down this way a little bit, or just build it here and extend down there. I do like the idea of filling all that space down here with more houses, and we are a little bit low on Libertas workforce, so it might not be a terrible idea to do that. Let's just rip out these 4 buildings. Let's get ourselves a loom weavery, and I'm gonna put it, I wanna say right here is pretty solid. I think that's quite good. We can go in, we can get ourselves some flagstones for around it, just for a bit of decoration, and of course, we can do a little something with maybe some olive trees? Possibly? Is that gonna be a little bit much? It might be a little bit much. We'll do a couple of olive trees at the back there. We'll do a couple of these smaller guys back here. And I wanna say just a couple of the small ones up front as well. I think that looks great. I do. I like that a lot. And apparently, that right there is the most efficient way to make togas. That is the entire production line. It gives us 2 of the production buildings at the end. I'm okay with that. That's just the way we're going to be doing things. Now, while we're here, I actually do want to take a moment to look into island happiness because it's not amazing and it could be better. I'm relatively sure we are lacking. Yeah, we could do with a little bit of policing around here. We don't need that much. And I'm actually thinking that it might be better to do watchtowers instead of the regular old policing, because if we do watchtowers, we get some bonuses to it all. We get 36 more buildings with happiness down here, which seems kind of fantastic. 38 right there is what I think we'll go for. Do we have wells around here? We can get bonus fire coverage in here if I want to. I think I want to, so we'll put that right about there as well. We can do another one of these towers up here, which will give us 24 buildings with coverage. Up here would give us 30 buildings with coverage. I do like that idea. I could do up here, which is only 21 buildings. I could go over this way, and right in there's 36 buildings. I think we do... Actually, you know what I think we do in there? I think we do a latrine in there. 58 buildings with bonus healthcare. Seems kind of fantastic. We can do this guy back here. It's only 28 buildings getting the bonus happiness, but I'm okay with that. I think it'll work. And then a well over here, 50 buildings getting a little bit of bonus fire coverage. Seems absolutely fantastic. Very much okay with that. Very, very much okay with that. Coming down this way, we have all of these guys that could use some bonus fire coverage. We have you guys that could get happiness. I think we'll go for the happiness just to try and bring this number up a little bit. Down here is a little bit of a nightmare. Do we have policing down this way? Not really. Not in any significant kind of way, which is interesting. I don't think I'm willing to do a full sort of police station thing in there, but we could do some towers. That is certainly an option. 18 buildings there, 19 buildings there, 21 buildings there. Let's see, can I get this guy up here? 22 buildings if I build it right about there, and 22 if I build it right there. I think I'm gonna go here. I think I'll build another one maybe down here, just to cover some of those buildings as well. And I think we do have some space in here as well, 16 buildings. I think we're okay. -122 on island happiness is not amazing, but I think it's good. That bit my tongue. That really hurt. That did really hurt. Ow. Okay. Good. I'm a professional. Let's let's get some more houses just in here to fill up some of this space. I'm hoping I can get, yeah, we can do a nice little layout like this, just like I said, just to sort of fill up the space and get a bunch of buildings in there, just to really bring that population up. I think what we'll do then is bring a little road over here. We can bring a little road down through here as well. I know I can just click on these guys to do this as well, but I'm trying very specifically to avoid filling all of this space in because I don't think we need to. We can do a road down to here, and we will have a road coming through this space, but I'm wondering, where do I want this road to go to? We could go at a bit of an angle here and just have like some weird kind of green spaces around the ends of all these guys. I'm not against doing that, if I'm completely honest. I kind of like the idea of having some weird green spaces around here. I think it could be kind of cool to have some weird green spaces around here. I think it's going to look sort of interesting, so sure. And then through here is going to be a road because, of course, it will be. And that's pretty good. That's a pretty good little expansion right there. Do you guys have everything you need? You don't have public services, so we will need to get you a market and a tavern. I think the best way to do this is going to be take out these buildings, and we just do the market and the tavern right in the middle so that we don't need to worry too much about getting all of the public services in here. And of course, we can do a little bit of decoration with some grass, and I guess in here we can do a bunch of grass as well, just to sort of pave all of those spaces. I like that. I do. We can pave this as well, or not pave it, but we can put grass down. I'll put some trees in there to decorate at some point. I think that looks pretty solid. That'll hopefully keep them nice and happy. And actually looking at it, we're down to negative 468 on island happiness. So that slightly backfired. That's not good. We could get +2 happiness to pretty much all of these guys though, which I'm kind of wanting to do. So I think these buildings here can also go away. And I think we go in, we get ourselves one of the Custodia. We can build it right about, I want to say here. And I am going to do a road that just sort of goes between these two spaces just to make sure that the effects of this guy are felt by all of the buildings nearby. And then of course we do a little bit of flagstone back here just because we can. And that brought us to negative 325. It could be a lot better. It could be a lot worse. I think we're okay for the time being with what we've got here. I like this. I like that we're filling up this space. I like that I have the ability to make my production lines that bit more efficient because, man, we've got to make a lot of things a lot more efficient. Now, to be fair, we can soon get our hands on some additional depots for our islands. So that's going to mean that I have more storage space for all of my islands than I had before, which is great news. Another thing that I've got my hands on is this, which is untapped soil. This means that my resin tappers can use meadows, which means I think they don't have to be placed near trees. If I can get into this category, I can do the same thing with my woodcutters. But to do this, we kind of need to establish a trade route in Albion and generate 500 knowledge. Now, the 500 knowledge is easy. The trade route in Albion is, it's gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen right now. It might happen today. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not trying to stall. I'm really enjoying what we're doing and I want to try and do things as right as I possibly can. Now, I will say, I do want to get over here. I want to get the stone walls for my defenses and the stone gates and the stone towers. To do that, I need to build a barracks, which we can do quite easily. So I think we will head back to our main island here for just a second. And I need to find somewhere for a barracks. I'm kind of looking at this corner and thinking that might be the easiest spot for it. So let's do, I want to say right there for the barracks. I think that's kind of cool. I would sort of like to do palisades around it. I know we don't need to. I know there's absolutely no reason to do this, but it just might look cool. Yes, I know it doesn't matter. I'm well aware. It's completely pointless to do this, but I think it might look cool. I don't know. I want this thing to look interesting, you know? I want to try and have something here that looks like a barracks. I wonder if I did this. Like if I bring this out and then sort of rotate it around and bring it down, that kind of gives us a path that goes in there. It doesn't line up perfectly, but then do the rest of it with grass or something. That might be kind of cool. It's difficult, you know? I want it to look a certain way. I want it to look cool, but I don't want it to look dumb. I mean, maybe if we took out all of this, oh man, getting rid of all of this is gonna be a pain. Get rid of all of this grass, get rid of that grass as well, get rid of all of you, and get rid of all of you as well. We can take out, I think I got rid of, oh, I didn't want to get rid of the path. That wasn't my goal at all. The grass is the only thing I'm interested in getting rid of. I guess we'll just do something like this. This is completely fine. We can go back to research and now we can get those stone walls that I'm looking for. I also want to see if we have any upgrades for my ships in here, because I think that would be kind of amazing. Something like catapult carriers would be great. Now to get that, we need to sink 10 ships belonging to raiders and generate 2,200 knowledge. We can do that. We can absolutely do that. We're going to go on a bit of a warpath here is what we're going to do. I would like to grab every single one of my military ships. So all of you, I know some of them are patrolling right now, but we're going to bring all of them to here is what we're going to do. And I should mention, actually, before they move, I did have some ships stationed over here by this new island, by Capitolini. Yeah, I'm going to, it might be Capitoline, but I'm going to call it Capitolini. Yeah, that's what it is. I had them stationed over here to stop ships from going up beside this island, but unfortunately they can go around this little landmass, so it didn't really make much of a difference. But I think we bring everyone together into one big fleet. In fact, I think we bring them down here because that probably makes a bit more sense. And we also have something for the Emperor. You want rope and you want wood. I've got an hour and a half to do this. Sure, I can do that. We are going to have to sink a bunch of ships before we do that, but I can absolutely do that. I should mention the reason I'm bringing everyone down here is pretty simple. I think it's probably pretty obvious as well. I'm going to be sinking a bunch of these ships so that I can start unlocking catapults for my ships. We will probably lose some boats in the process of doing this, but if I can sink 10 raider ships, then we're going to be in a pretty good spot, and hopefully everything kind of works out. Is that one of my boats? I believe it is. Okay. I think this is everybody. I want to say this is everybody. My flagship is a little bit damaged, but I mean, you can see they turn and run away, which is what I'm looking for. We have some of their boats over that way, though. So let's use the wind and see if we can't maybe catch up to it and do some damage here. Let's set them as a target. And again, we just need to sink 10 of them. That is all we need to do. We need to sink 10 of them. So he's going to go this way. We're probably going to catch up to him. No, he's turning and running away, which I want to say is reasonable. I think that's a reasonable thing to do. I would probably turn and run away from this fleet as well. Yeah, this, it does make sense. I think, oh, yeah, we did get a shot off, which is great. We have another boat coming up behind us. We have a lot of their boats now going through that waterway that's opened up a little bit, which is very interesting. We also have a festival that can be hosted. Okay. Bonus income, bonus belief. Sure, we'll pay for that festival. That's no problem. Let me grab all of my military ships and let me back them off before we're led into a trap, because that's absolutely what's going to happen there. Let's try going for this boat instead. I do now sort of regret not going for boats that are a bit faster, but I think there might be some researches that make life a little bit easier for us in that regard. What do you mean a structure is under attack? Hello? Are you really? Really? You're going for my trading ships? Okay. Okay, you know what? I want my boats to go down here. Is what I want them to do. I want them to sort of go down. I know we're potentially going to lose. We are going to lose this ship, but you know what? That's fine. I'm going to sink everything this guy has. I think I've also just saved that ship, which is great. I'm not leaving this ship alone. Absolutely not leaving any of these ships alone. I'm sinking everything this guy has out here, because you do not go for my trading ship, which, by the way, just while we're here, I want to just say that these guys can kind of go. We don't need them to sit and wait for a full load of lavender. That's going to take forever. So we'll just sort of let them do their thing. We are going to need to repair them as well, but we'll get to that. For the meantime, let's try and focus on taking out some of these boats. We do have a bit of a fight going on here, which is fine. We are probably going to sink that one. We absolutely did. You are getting yourself stuck up there, which works really nicely for me. We can hopefully corner and sink you as well, although you are going with the wind right now. Wait, are we serious? You're serious? Hold on a minute. No, that's my trade ship. As long as they don't go for the trade ship, I think we're okay. They do get kind of opportunistic in here, so this might be slightly problematic, but I think we're just going to chase him down, which is fine. We are firing at him. He's firing back. I don't think that's going to go very well for him. But that's okay, as long as we can sink him. If we can sink 10 of them, we're going to be in a good spot. And yeah, that's probably going to be the end of him right there. Okay. We're making progress, is what we're doing. He does have more boats out here, though. And I need to deal with all of them. And this is pretty much all I got to do, I think, is just go through here and take out all of his boats and make sure he doesn't destroy my island, which I am not happy with that. I'm really not happy with him coming down here and going for my trading ship. That's not okay. So I guess we'll see if we can't take out some ships right here. This looks like it's going to be a bit of a disaster for him. It sort of is a disaster for him. That's good. That's one ship gone. Let's take this one out as well. He is offering me a treaty. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say no, because frankly, he kind of started. I mean, he sort of started this. He started it in the sense that I am not willing to sign a treaty with someone that would go after my trade ship. That's where I'm at. He can kind of shove his treaty as far as I'm concerned. Oh, there we go. I think we've managed to get that new class of research, which is fantastic. So if we go and have a look in here, we do have the ability to get catapult carriers for our boats, which I'm very excited about. We can also have the repair crane repair 2 ships at once, which I think is a fantastic idea. Our trading posts can be a bit tougher. I think that's probably a good idea. We can improve the range of our Scorpiones, which I think is also a pretty good idea. And this requires me to conquer an island. Interesting. We could double ship construction speed if I do that, though, which is kind of something I kind of want to do. I'm not going to lie. Speaking of islands, by the way, something I've realized is that I don't think I'm going to keep the game paused while I do this. I don't think any of my islands have grape fertility. So this one does not. This little one, well, this little one does actually, but I don't know. I don't really know how we're going to do grape fertility around here. Although I will say, coming over here might be a really good experiment in having a look at our resin production. So these guys here need forest areas. I thought, do we not have the research to let them just use the plains? Is that not a thing? This right here. So this tree tappers can plant trees and meadows rather than requiring a forest. So resin tapper is you, and you need a forest area apparently, which is interesting to say the very least, because you shouldn't. Unless, I guess here is, maybe it's just like the area around them needs to accommodate up to 45 trees. That might be how that works. A bit of a weird one, but sure, that's never mind. This island does have room for grapes, but we also kind of need resin from here. Unless we don't do resin from here, we could move resin to this giant island, or does this one have it? No. This one does, and this one also has marble that we do need. So I think, yeah, my resin production might need to go here, because the reason we need grape fertility is for the wine production. Now, that does also have me wondering whether or not we should just find another island, because this one's quite small production-wise. And I bring that up because this island up here has grape fertility. Now, it's quite a ways away from everything I have, but there are no pirates up this way, which has me thinking that despite the fact that we are fighting right now, I'm going to grab my flagship and I'm going to bring it up here, and we're potentially going to buy another island is what we're going to do. Because I think that's probably a solid idea. I think having an island, a big island with a big amount of grape fertility for the wine production is going to be really good. And then I think once I sink this ship, just because I can, in fact, you know what? It doesn't matter. Sinking the ships don't matter. Let me move these guys around. Once they sort of get into a position here, we can. Is that my ship? How dare you? Okay. All right. Here's what I want to do. I want to grab some of my ships. I'm thinking, who was under attack? You're on. Really? You really turned. Okay. This is. You're going from. I swear. This guy. The nerve of some people. I let him get away. I let him leave. He didn't have to do this. Oh my God. The nerve. He's still going too. I think we're gonna get him this time. Yeah, let's, how do you like it? How do you like it? How do you like it? Not so fun when the shoe was on the other hand, huh? That's what I thought. Who's under attack now? Who? Why? How? Who's attacking me up here? You know what? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Just blow this guy up. Let's just get him out of the water. Just blow him out of the water. All right, so that's done. Now I can have my ships sort of group up here, and I'm just going to put them back to patrolling the waters to try and deal with the enemy ships that are going back and forth here. So let's have you 4, and I want you to just patrol down here is kind of going to be the idea. Although in saying that, it's very tempting to just grab all of my ships, because I could, if I wanted to, have them move in formation to a spot like this, and I could just have them sort of sit across Alt and drag to move in formation. Can I just do... Oh, I can drag this out. Yeah, we could just do this. We could just literally blockade that entire body of water, which I think is exactly what we're going to do. Just all of my ships are just going to live over here is exactly, it's exactly what we're going to do. So from there, going to there. And that'll be great. That should stop any bad guys from coming through here. I should, now that I think about it, move them down a little bit further just to sort of protect my, my port. So we're going to spread them out a bit further, which is probably not ideal. But that way, my trade ship can kind of get around here and into this port, which I think is for the best. Now, in other news, this guy's arrived. How much for this island? 325,000. I'll take it. That's a ridiculous amount of money, but I think it's for the best. I do. I think it's for the best. Now let's keep things a little bit simple here. Let's just get some production going right off the bat so that we can start to stockpile some of the different things that we're going to be needing. So obviously a bit of timber right there. We'll do the sawmill, I guess, right next to it. I guess we can have the sawmill be a little bit further away. That probably wouldn't hurt. So we'll bring this over to about here. We'll bring it up through there, which is not doing too much for the trees in there, which is great. We can bring this over as well, just because we can. And then, yeah, we'll get a little bit of a sawmill in this space, which I think is probably the best spot for it. So that'll give us a bit of wood production out here, which I absolutely love. Do we have room for wood production over here? We do not, but that's okay. We have a little bit of timber production going on anyway, which is completely fine. I think I will leave my flagship here, and I also want to look at, oh my God, that looks so cool. That looks so good. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. That should stop the bad guys. That should absolutely stop them. They just turn back. Oh, that's so good. Okay. That makes me really happy. That makes me really, really happy. I've also just realized this island also has the sandarak that we need, which was something I think we needed from this island, right? Yeah, okay. So we can get that from 2 places. That's quite cool. The grapes are kind of the main thing, though. I'm going to be honest. The grapes are kind of the big deal here. So I think right off the rip, I want to see, what does this need in terms of workers? Oh, Depotism's been discovered, so we can get more depots. That's kind of huge news. This just needs Libertis workforce. It needs roof tiles, and it needs concrete. So we could set up a little bit of a concrete delivery to this island, and we can get grapes pretty easily, is my thinking. So let's go into planning mode, and let's say, where do I want to grow grapes? I kind of like this area up here. Although we do have a mining deposit right there. Do we need that? I don't think we do. There's no, I mean, there's iron and there's minerals, but I think other than that, we're probably fine. Let's just do this guy. What's the front of this building? Is that the front? Is that the front? I think that's the front. Is that the front? I think that might be the front. You know what? It doesn't matter. Let's just, let's go to here. This is going to have 100 spots at the back for the grapes, which is fine. So we'll do this. And then I want to do another one. And we're just going to stack a bunch of these. Now, to be fair, if I look at my spreadsheet that I mentioned earlier, wine production recommends 2 vineyards, 1 apiary, 1 vinter. So 2 vineyards. An apiary is also run by the Libertas workforce. This is run by the, what do you call them? The tier 3 guys. So I think an apiary probably makes sense over on the main island. I don't know how many grapes we're going to be bringing over there, but we'll see what happens. We'll do 4 of these to start with. I think that seems fair enough. I think that'll kind of work out. We can do a bunch of, well, this fits perfectly. I love these guys. I love them. They fit so nicely in here, which is amazing. It's very, very cool. I do like that a lot. We could probably get 1 more here, which is what I'd like to do. I want to leave this space open on the side so I can bring some roads up here, should that be a thing that we want to do. In fact, I think what we'll actually go ahead and do is a little road just here. We'll bring a little road here, and we will just line the side of this, which I think is fine. We're gonna want to do a little bridge through here. I think that's probably a solid idea, just to get a connection to this this space. We do have a river slot here as well. Can I do another bridge? I totally can. I like the idea of having 2 bridges here. Do we need 2 bridges? No. Do I want 2 bridges? Absolutely. I think right about there seems good. We can connect the ends of them together like this, just for simplicity's sake. We can also do a warehouse out here so that we actually do have the storage space that we're going to need. We can do some roads around it as well. And then this just needs to be connected down to all of this, and we're pretty much in a good spot. So let's go from here. We'll drag this road right out. That does not line. It does line up perfectly. Oh my God. I love that. Oh, I love that. That's so good. What do you want? Ransom? I think not. I don't think so. People request my decision. Custodes drag a young man into your presence. I'm assuming cuffed is what this means. This citizen of Nisus was arrested. I don't know what this accent is. This citizen of Nisus was arrested in the act of defiling your name in a public square. He called you a stultus, a fraudator, and a corrupter provincarium. Whatever, corrupter of, you know what? Will I punish him? We can do extra prestige, but less happiness. We can do extra prestige, but way less happiness. We can spare him and ask why he insults me, which the Emperor isn't actually going to like. That reminds me, I think the Emperor wants me to do something. I would like to find out, I want the bonus happiness, and I want to find out why he insults me. When questioned, he admits he only wanted to impress a girl. He backs out of your chamber, vowing to sing your praises. Right, so the Emperor is not thrilled. The Emperor is probably going to continue to not be thrilled because I've got 42 minutes to get him 100 rope and 87 tons of wood. Interesting. Let's do a little bit of shipbuilding here. I think that'll be a good idea. We can do, let me have a look at you. So your minimum speed, you get 3 slots here. I think what we'll do is build one of these. It's going to take about 10 minutes, which is fine. And then hopefully we can put a ton of rope, well, specifically 100 tons of rope and 87 tons of wood on this this ship. It will require 2 trips with the 1 boat, but I think that's okay. I think I'm also going to look into, let me have a look at research again. Are we working towards, we are working towards this. I kind of want to get my hands on better attack range for my boats. This will lack, oh, do I have to do something before I get to that? That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. Does it have to be down there? It does. Okay. Well, that's fine. Okay then. That's a little unfortunate. So we would need to do the repair crane thing next. So can I put this up here? I can do this. And I think that's trading post upgrades will be good. Keys would be good. This thing will take 55 minutes for the catapult carriers. I'm going to put them there. It's also going to be 55 minutes for the multitask menders. I just need more research. I just need more knowledge. So we'll tell you what, let me get just another couple of warships from there. Let me get another one out of here. And we will have to just increase our knowledge in here to try and research things a bit faster. So more Grammaticus could be very good for that. I say could be, they would be very good for that. We could put one in here to affect 59 buildings. I sort of like that idea. I think we clear you guys out. I think we get a Grammaticus, and I think we build it just right in here. I think this is the place for it. A bit of bonus knowledge from that would be amazing. Do we have the materials for it? We do. 4.1k on knowledge is pretty solid. I am wondering, is there any world in which I can bring this road through here? I don't think it's gonna let me connect these areas together, unfortunately, which is such a shame. I might be able to if I take out the aqueduct and sort of rebuild it, but I don't know that I'm willing to do that. I think we'll just have to sort of have them be separated, unfortunately, but that's okay. We can make that work is what we can do. Now, coming back over to this new island, Augustia, we can start doing a little bit of planning here as well. I think what I'd like to do is probably have this as a major road through here. So I know it's a bit silly, but I think I'm going to just sort of make this road a lot wider because I can, basically, just so it does look a bit more like a major road through this place. So a little bit of that seems fine by me. I do kind of want to get things like Grammaticus and sanctuaries here. I think we're also going to want things like markets as well. So let's try and do a few of those. We don't have the materials for it. We will need clay production, which, oh my God, perfect. That's perfect. That's so good. We'll put you, I guess here is fine. I think that works for, oh, I love that. I love how perfectly this is all just sort of lining up. We can do a little road. Can I get this to go like straight down there? I don't know that I can, but that's okay. We'll do this as well. Bring that across. There we go. So that gives us clay production. It doesn't give us clay production. It gives us just clay. We want the tiler, which does need the tier 2 residents, but we will get those. This will give us a fire risk. And if I look at the numbers on this, it was clay. If I remember right, it is one of these to 2 of these, which is completely fine. We can manage that. So 1 clay pit for 2 tilers. Let's do the tilers. I want to say back here. I want to say over here. I don't really know if it matters too much where I put them. I don't want them close to a bunch of stuff that's going to catch fire though. So let's put them here. Let's put them here, and we'll just sort of do something like that, and that should be fine. So that'll give us tile production. We do obviously need to build everything, but that's fine. We can then get our hands on a market, I think is probably the next thing we want. I don't know exactly where to put it though, so I'm going to say here, just because I can. On the other side, we'll do a tavern. And then we kind of also want to get our hands on things like the sanctuary, which is going to go, I guess, there. Happiness and belief seems like a solid idea, although I could rotate it around and do there instead, which I'm not against. I think that might be the idea. Do we have more room on that side or that side? I think this side. So I'm actually going to put this guy on, well, no, I'm going to put it here. Is what I'm going to do. We'll put that guy there, and then the Grammaticus can go just across the street. And that should give us a nice spread of all the things that we're going to need. We will need fire coverage. That's going to be kind of important. So let's do, let's see. Let's rotate this guy to here, I guess. It doesn't really matter what way I rotate it around. We'll do there. And that should be all right. We can do maybe a little latrine at the back just because we can. We'll do a little bit of bonus fire coverage. Oh, we can't do bonus fire coverage. You know what? That's probably fine as is, I think. Or get rid of the latrine and instead we just do a well and we do a watchtower for a bit of bonus coverage there. That seems pretty solid. I think we can work with that. On the other side, we'll do a bit of policing just to keep everybody nice and safe. And behind that, we can do, I guess that's where we can do the latrine, just again for the bonus healthcare. And I suppose speaking of healthcare, we do want to get that in here as well. We have this space, which I kind of like the idea of it being next to the market. That seems sensible. Although I might do it this way around just because we can. I think that'll be fine. So that's a lot of buildings. That's a lot of stuff to put together. But my thinking now is we just do something like this. I think we do something a little bit like this, and we just try to fill up these spaces as best we possibly can. I think we just try to get something good in here. We try to make sure that all of these guys have as much coverage as they're going to need, as much coverage as they're going to want, and the hope at the very least is that by doing it this way, we ooh, I kind of like that. We can do some decoration in there. That'll be kind of cool. Doing things this way should give us just a bunch of extra happiness, right? It should give us a bunch of extra knowledge as well, which is something that we do want to get our hands on. I'm going to leave this area open, I think. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to do this instead. This area back here is going to be a little bit decorative. That's okay. This area here, I want to say we do this and we do this. Can I get these guys to line up at all? Is that going to be an option? It's going to be a bit of a weird kind of decorative space, but that's fine. I think this is probably good enough for the time being. We could admittedly go all the way down here. I don't know that we need to. We could also do, I think we'll do that. I kind of like that. I do. We'll do the same thing on this side just to sort of extend up to here and fill up that corner with a square. And then I should be able to go in and just put roads around every single one of these guys. That'll connect everything together really nicely. You can connect to there. All of these guys are getting roads as well. And they're not all going to have the things that they want right now. Admittedly, that's going to be a little bit of a pickle for them. But we'll get there. We will get them the things that they want. We'll get them. Oh, these double roads don't quite work the way I wanted them to. But you know what? That's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. We just need to make sure they're fed. So in terms of feeding them, we are going to need the fishing huts. So let's do, from the far side here, we'll go 1, 2, and 3, just to make sure everyone's fed. Like I said, we probably don't need to worry too much about storage for them. When it comes to porridge, we know it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So we'll go up here. We'll do a bit more farming. That seems like a solid idea. I think we'll start in this corner, and I just want to fill out these spaces as best I possibly can. I'm not entirely convinced that this is going to work exactly how I want it to. I think this is going to be a little bit messy, but that's probably fine. It is a 1-to-1 on these, right? Yeah, so we can do 3 of these guys just to make sure, again, that the population is being fed. So you are going to need to go like this and then like this to fill up that space. And then you, oh man, this is going to be a whole thing. I need to do this one first, I think. So let's do that. And I think that's okay. And then you are going to be filling up that whole part, and that whole area as well is what we're going to do. I think that's fine. So that gives us a whole bunch of oats. We can construct all of these. We are going to need porridge stands as well, though. So let me have a look. Do these give us any benefits? They do not. We just need population to work in them. So we're going to need 3 of these guys. We do have a warehouse here. We do have a warehouse here. We have this space in here. I am slightly tempted to just put them down this way because it really doesn't matter where they go. So maybe what we do, we outline you, we get ourselves some little porridge stands, and we can just do, again, it doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm being so picky with where these things go. It really does not matter. Let's do 1, 2, and we'll do 3 over here, I guess, is what we'll go for. So 1, 2, 3 right there. That'll feed them. They'll have their markets. They'll have their taverns. They will also have bonus knowledge and happiness and belief. We just need to sort of prioritize certain things around here, and I need to be able to see what I can build right now. So I think we are going to want to, oh man, how much timber have we got? Actually quite a bit, which is amazing. So let's start with the food, because I think that makes sense. Let's do the tavern and the market. Let's do a bunch of the houses. Let's also do, I want to say these farms, and then also we can't build these because we need more timber. That's fine. Do I want to do more timber production? Just because this place is probably going to be getting built quite quickly. I don't know that I do. I know that what do we need for you? We're just going to need timber. Do I have enough timber to build you? No. Why do I not have enough timber to build you? We should have enough. Does that mean if I just bulldoze it and replace it, does it just build if I turn off planning mode? It does. Okay, well that's lovely. We are, now that I think about it, going to want to, we'll deal with the workforce thing in a second. We are going to want fire coverage up here, given that we have some fire risks nearby. We can also do this here as well, just to tidy things up a bit. And also you guys are complaining about warehouses. So a warehouse, I think here seems like a solid idea. That'll keep them nice and happy. And I feel like I'm going at 1,000,000 miles an hour, which I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of enjoying. What do you guys need to level up? You need clothes. So you're going to need tunics and you're going to need hats. Although I think you just need one or the other, now that I think about it. So what would be the best one to go for? Tunics, if we do this, gives us knowledge and income nearby. This gives us income. So it's going to be tunics. And it's another 1-to-1 ratio. So let's do 2 hemp farms, 2 spinners. That should be perfectly fine. We'll do a hemp farm, I want to say here. And I want to fill up that space. We will do another hemp farm here. And I want to fill up all of that space and all of this space as well. So that'll give us the hemp farms that we need. As for the spinners, they do have a pretty good radius on them, but I think what we do is clear out you guys, and instead we get a spinner in this space. So knowledge, and that'll be 64 buildings. Over on this side, we can kind of do something similar. So get rid of you, get ourselves a spinner, and that is going to be 56 buildings, which is kind of amazing as far as I'm concerned. Let's go for here. And that'll start giving them clothes, which should mean, if I get a little warehouse, which we need here. What do we need for you? This is going to need timber. That checks out. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Let's, I was going to say speed the game up a little bit, but apparently we're not doing that. I've also totally forgotten about the fact I need to deliver stuff to the Emperor, so that's, oh boy. I've just kind of forgotten everything. Where's my trade ship? You. In fact, both of you. I need both of you. Let me bring you around here, and let's hope that we have enough stuff to make this happen. I don't know that we're going to have enough wood. I really don't. Oh, we do. That's good. Do we have enough rope? We have 57. We do not. We do not have enough rope. Let's start, let's get our hands on 100 rope. If we could buy that, that would be amazing. If we can't, that's going to be a problem. It's probably going to be a problem in general. I don't think the Emperor is going to be very pleased with me. Unfortunately, I think we've just reached a point where the Emperor is going to be very, very disappointed with me. Let's, so 100 rope, 87 wood. Can I just bring over that, I guess, is fine. That'll be okay. Oh man. I'm not happy about this. I kind of completely forgot about this. We have almost got enough rope. If we can get some trades going, we might be able to pull this off, but I have my doubts. As for over here, let's get that warehouse done so these guys stop complaining, which they have done, which is good. That should make everything a little bit easier for us. This is all up and running as well, which is good. So we should see some of these guys eventually start to get their tunics, I think. Yeah, you guys just don't have the materials right now, but you will get them, and that's kind of what's important. This is up and running. Let me get these guys going so that we can start making the roof tiles needed to build some of the other stuff in here, because that's obviously going to be important. And Yeah, the porridge stands. I should probably build those too. Now, a little something that I totally forgot for this island was the fact that we need charcoal to make those roof tiles. So let's have a bit of a look at what we can do here. We do not have enough trees up this way, which is really unfortunate. We do have enough trees out here. I just don't like that it's so close to where my houses are going to be. And we do have enough trees in here as well, which might be my pick for the location for the charcoal burner. I think we only need the one of these, which is fine. Looking at my chart, my spreadsheet, it is 1 clay pit, 1 burner, 2 tilers. So I think we just build this thing out here. I think that's kind of the best place for it. I'm not 100% sure that it's going to have the warehouse connection that it needs. In fact, I'd be surprised if it had a warehouse connection at all, to be honest with you, but we'll find out. Let's bring this over as well. And apparently we have a defense pact.
This for a long time.
Yeah, I can absolutely do that. I'm completely fine with the defensive pact. That seems kind of amazing. We do need to upgrade a few more of these buildings. So let's get those upgraded to make sure that we have enough workers for everything. And this does not seem to be complaining, which is good. We also have ruins. Oh my God. Wait, what is this? This isn't my island. Why do I, okay. First off, lol, Lamau even, not my problem. Not my problem. I mean, this looks really cool, but this has looked really cool since the start. I love this. I really do. I love what you've done with the place. It's very, very cool looking, but mine looks pretty good too, I think. I'm missing some workers apparently, which isn't great. My happiness isn't great either, but it's not as bad as it has been. I think we should get some workers. I realize that a lot of the people that we've been, well, a lot of my workers are going onto the ships is basically what's happening. So let's do this. Let's do this. And can I do a little path through there? I totally can, which I love. So that works out nicely. We'll do, do I want to do this? I don't know if I want to do this. I think we'll do that and we'll do that. Just, I mean, it's going to give us a little weird path kind of down through the middle of these places, but I think that's okay. I don't think that's the end of the world. We can do some roads just kind of around all of them, I suppose, which I think is fine. It fills up the space kind of nicely. It should give us the workers that we're looking for. We also have disease, which isn't good. That's actually a massive problem. Do we have healthcare out here? We don't. Interesting. Interesting. I happened to forget about healthcare. All right. This is going to need to be central somewhere. Right here covers 157 buildings. I think so long as this thing actually fits in that space, which it looks like it will, I think we get rid of you guys, which is unfortunate. I like those buildings. I think they look great, but I do think healthcare is a bit of a priority, and that should help us out a little bit. We can decorate across the back of it with, I don't know, some tiles. I think the tiles look okay. I think that looks interesting. We'll do some little plants right there, and that seems okay. We are short on plebeian workforce. We are short on Libertis workforce. That's slightly problematic because as I build more of these, they're going to be wanting more things, and I'm going to have to build out more industry, but we'll get there. We will manage is what we'll do. We can do a little bit of this, we can do a little bit of this, and I think that's probably enough for now. We can just fill out these spaces, bring this over to here. That should give us enough Libertis workers. It's not going to give us enough plebeian workers though. So let's just upgrade you guys, and that sorts out that problem, which is good. The happiness problem, on the other hand, we need to do something about. So that's going to be essentially this kind of thing is my thinking. I want to say we take out these buildings, we place a custodia in this corner, and that's going to give us a bit of extra happiness. We're down to -390, which is fantastic. We can do a bit of bonus happiness with a watchtower across 29 buildings, which gets us 361. We can do a latrine in here for some bonus health across 39 buildings, which is good as well. And we'll also do some fire coverage in here, just to be safe, just to make sure that those guys are all right. And then I think some flagstones through there seems like a good idea. Maybe just one big tree seems like a good idea, and a couple of these guys seems pretty good as well. That looks fine. We're not, you know, we're not good on happiness, but we're not good on happiness. Well, no, we're not good on happiness. we're not good on happiness, but we could be worse. We also have 30 seconds to get things to the Emperor, which unfortunately is not going to happen. We do, I think, probably now have enough rope. Yeah, we do. I started importing it. Where do you guys need to go? Over there. Can I get you there in 30 seconds? I really doubt it. It's not even 30 seconds. That's 30 seconds real time. That's really unfortunate. We're not going to be doing that. You know what? Let's go back. Let me go to here. Let me find rope. We don't really need to be importing it. We're just going to sell it up until the point that we have like 200 of it, or after we have 200 of it. So that'll be fine. That's unfortunate that that's worked out that way, but I just got distracted by so many things. That's I don't love that. I don't love the fact that the Emperor is going to be a little bit upset with me, but he'll manage, I'm sure. You can go ahead and put your logs back. Really, the trading post is full. Okay. Is anyone willing to buy logs? You, for example. I really have no idea, but I guess we'll find out is what we'll do. You are requesting all of this stuff. Do you buy logs? What do you buy? You're offering all of this. You're requesting all of this. You'll buy anything. That's good. In which case you can go up here and we will sell those logs is what we're going to do. And while that's going on, I want to look at this island and see how we're doing, because we kind of still need to make some progress here. We are starting to make the roof tiles, which is good. We probably should look into... Oh, I just don't know what kind of production I want to look into here. I don't know if I want to get more wood cutting. I don't know if it matters. I might just sort of make a priority out of getting the grapes and the apiary, because it is Libertas workers in there, which does mean we need to bring concrete over here. So if I go here, I do have a boat available. If we load that boat up on concrete, of which we can bring 100 over, we can pretty much make whatever we want to make. I might actually just slightly change my mind on that though, because it might make more sense. We can do 2 trips. We can do 2 trips. I'm going to bring roof tiles over as well, but we can make 2 trips, or just bring 2 boats. We do have the technology to bring multiple boats here. It's not the end of the world. So we'll bring this guy around. We'll load it up with roof tiles. That'll be fine. We can also, if I go to construction and I go to harbor buildings, I believe we can build another depot, which I don't know about you, but that seems like a kind of fantastic idea for some extra storage around here. So that'll let me... I'm trying to not have the hiccups, by the way, in case you're wondering why I'm pausing in my sentences. I'm just dealing with that. That'll give us a bit more storage in the island, which I think is going to be absolutely fantastic. There's my boat coming around here. So we'll load you up with roof tiles. We'll bring 100 of those up to the new island, and that will let me build just about anything, which I love the idea of. I don't know about you, but I... very big fan of that idea. Let's do this so we get that bonus knowledge a little bit sooner than later. Let's also do... I don't know what else to build in here, to be quite honest with you. I don't know if it matters too much. We do have 16 timber, so let's just build all of those houses just so we have the workers. We can upgrade some of them at some point in the not too distant future, and we do have my boat arriving here which is, you are speedy. Good Lord. Okay. Well, that's something. All right. Fire coverage here does kind of suck, but we still don't have the fire stations built, so it's not really the end of the world. The concrete can go into the island, for which we don't have enough storage space. Do I have the technology to build depots out here? I do. I can build 2 of them. So we'll go into planning mode and we'll do 1, and I would like to build the other over on this side, just because I think that looks kind of cool. I do. I think that looks really cool. We can also build these trading piers, which are basically other locations for boats to dock for the purpose of trade. I know, it's a surprise. I don't know if we need it. I do think we need that storage though. I also think if we could upgrade this trading post, that would be kind of great. But to do that, we're gonna need a lot more timber. Who's under attack? What do you mean he's under attack? What are they doing down here? Trying to get through my blockade. I'm gonna have to make this blockade stronger, is what I'm gonna have to do. I'm getting more ships. I don't have the people for it, but I'm getting more ships, is what I'm doing. 1, 2, and 3. That'll do. That'll be it's a lot of ships. It's a lot of ships, man. I might be biting off a little bit more than I can chew here, but that's fine. That's all right. We'll give them the roof tiles that they want. Let me go in here now. And I don't have the timber. That's all right. We can deal with that. Let me upgrade all of you just because we can. Let me, I mean, again, it's largely timber that I need. What was it we needed for the vineyards? So timber, roof tiles, and concrete. Timber, roof tiles, and concrete. Right. So the vineyard is gonna go up here, I think. This seems like a solid place for it. Let me bring a little path over here. Let me start down here. And if I look at the production for wine, it's 2 vineyards, 1 apiary, 1 vinter. Now, wait, I have vineyards. I'm an idiot. We can build these already. I'm an idiot. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, which is apparently more common than I dare to admit. This is good though. This is very, very good. This puts us in a good spot. I would like to find that one civilian ship that I have that's not doing anything, because while we can come up here and sell our, can I sell all of this? I don't know what that's going to give me, but sure, we'll trade that. And then you, my good ship, are going to go onto a trade route. And you're going to be set up to go from here to the main island. And you're going to be bringing grapes is what you're going to be bringing. So that'll be, do I want to set you up for grapes and honeycomb? I don't think I need to, but I feel like I could. Although I feel like getting grapes is probably more important. So we'll just do this. We'll establish that route, and that'll be kind of fun. That'll be kind of interesting. We can start moving grapes down there. If I have a look into the honeycomb situation, it is going to require a meadow, which is fine. We can get, well, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think doing the honeycomb out here might be a good idea, but I think we'll get another boat for it, just because the alternative is kind of, yeah, I think we get the other boat. I think the other boat's a good idea. I do. I think that's kind of the way to go. Because we can have the 2 trade routes, we can have the production out here, we can have the honeycomb kind of in whatever meadows it needs to be in. It doesn't want to be close to trees. Do we have space up here? We actually kind of do, which could be kind of nice, actually. I think that's what we do. So again, looking at my chart, it was 2 vineyards, 1 apiary. We have 5 vineyards, so we'll do a couple of apiaries, I guess. We'll go here, I think, for one of them is pretty solid. And we could do another one. Wait, we've discovered a new island? Where? Right here. Whoa, that's kind of cool looking. I didn't know I was missing an island, but sure. Let's do this guy up here then, I think. We will probably want more of these, but That's probably fine. I don't think it's the end of the world if we only have 2 of them to start with. We have all of this space out here to play with. We have all of this space over here to play with. I just largely need this to be a production island. Although, I will say, I kind of like the idea of having this be almost entirely vineyards. I think that might be a better idea for this space, so that we just really, really go in on the grape production. I think that's what we do. I think that's probably the safe bet here. So let's do a vineyard here, and we'll bring the grapes up that way. We are going to be blocking out one of the mountain things right there, but that's not really the end of the world as far as I'm concerned. I don't think it's too important if we block that. We can do another one of these guys here, and we'll bring this sort of up to about that spot. We'll bring this kind of down to about here, and then we'll do one more, which is going to fill up the rest of this space in hopefully a relatively decent looking way. That's 99, and that will be 100 there. Can I just get it there? That's not 100. That's 100 apparently. I don't love that, but I think it'll work, is what I think it'll do. Can I build all 3 of these? I totally can. This way, hopefully we can grab a ton of grapes and bring them through here. We'll also get this warehouse going because I think that's important, so that all of these guys can be collected kind of nicely. And arguably, we probably could still do at least one of these guys up here if I really wanted to. Or I could do more vineyards, which I'm almost more inclined to do. I know it's maybe a little bit silly, but I think another vineyard is the safe bet here. In fact, I'm almost wondering, can I do 2 more of them? Because we do have a really nice amount of space here. So if I did something like this, and I did something like this guy, and just sort of rotate it around, it does have a road connection. Bring this over here, bring this down through here, and then sort of fill out this space. That gives us our 100. That's pretty solid. I think we're going to be able to move a lot of grapes over to that main island. I like that a lot. I do. It's going to be a nightmare for fire coverage, but I like that a lot. Let's turn off planning mode. Let's build a little well up there just to improve things slightly. A little well right there will hopefully improve things ever so slightly. And we just need a bunch of timber is what we need. We just need a bunch of timber. Can I unload these roof tiles? I can unload some of them. Can I unload the rest of this concrete if I move a little bit closer? I'm kind of hoping I can, although I don't know. I can unload some of it. That's fine. All right. Let's figure out then where the apiaries are going. So these guys do need big open spaces. We do have some big open spaces. We actually have some big open spaces down here as well, but I don't know how big and open they're going to be staying. We have some space here that we could work with, and we have some space here that we could work with. I want to say here is probably the easiest space for us to work with. In fact, I could put them right on this road, and that works really, really nicely. So I think that's what we're going to do, is just put this guy on some roads right there. I can't overlap them too much, but I can overlap them. And can I do one over here as well? Is that going to be an option? Not really. Okay, in that case, get rid of you. Let me build this one out here, and I think that'll be fine. And this one in the middle, unfortunately, is not quite going to work unless I move it back, which I'm sort of okay with, actually. I don't mind doing that. I do want them to all face the same way, though, which I know doesn't matter, but I want this one to rotate around that way just because I can. You are going to lose a little bit. Oh, you do lose out on your sort of meadow space there. That's really unfortunate. Okay. I didn't think about that. I did not think about that. Let's instead, we'll go out here. We'll do a bit of an angled road, and we'll just see what we can do in terms of apiaries out here. We do have a ton of space, which is good. That ton of space actually lets me get them really close together, which is kind of huge news. I didn't really consider this, but are you good? No. Oh, they're not good. Oh, that's unfortunate. What if I get rid of 2 of them? Are you good now? You are? You are as well? Okay. So now we rotate you, and that'll be good. That works. Can I get a road from the middle of you? I totally can. So we'll bring that down here, and we'll bring this road out to meet it right about there. We'll bring these roads out as well. Not that I really need them to come out. In fact, we'll do that. Or what if I bring you down through? Can I do something like this? I think I like that. I think that works. These guys will need a warehouse nearby, which will probably take away from their meadows, but probably not that much. So let's take a chance with a warehouse there. Let's do some roads around it. Are you still good? You are, and you are still good as well. So that gives us 3 apiaries. So that's a source of honeycomb or whatever it was. If we go down this way, we have got these boats coming together. They are all combat ships, so we're not going to be using these for trade, but we can eventually use those for the blockade, which is I want to say this guy's getting a bit bolder. I do. I think he's starting to build a little force down here to challenge my blockade. So you know what? Let me grab these boats and let me send them here for now. Let me see if I can unload the rest of my cargo here. I can unload some. I'm just going to throw the rest overboard, which I don't really like to do, but I don't care enough to really keep it. The roof tiles, I don't know that we're going to be able to do much with those. Yeah, we're just going to throw those overboard as well. I want these 2 boats to go down, and they're going to join the blockade as well. That's going to be the idea. We just completely block this guy from doing anything he wants to do. For this, we're going to need timber. I think the last thing we want to do with this island actually for today. Ooh, that's kind of good. The last thing I'm going to do with this island for today, because this episode is going on a little bit, is a little bit more timber production. I think that would be a really, really solid idea. I just need to find a way to do it in such a way that we can actually get some solid timber production. So if I go here, that's not a bad spot. Can I go here? I can. Okay, we'll go there. We can do a little road out to there, which is hopefully going to give us access to that warehouse, which I think it does. We can do another sawmill in this space, and we'll put some roads around you. And that should basically double timber production, which is the only thing kind of holding this island back. And that should keep us pretty good. Now, I do want to go through and start getting some of the things like the police station. I do want to get my hands on the vigils as well, which again needs timber. We also need people. So let's just get some little houses in here to make sure that we have enough people for everything we're trying to do. And then I guess we're kind of waiting for that civilian ship to be done, which I don't think is this one. I think it's the one afterwards. Once we get that, we can do some good things. That's absolutely going to be the plan. Let me also go and grab, I guess, all of my military ships now, except for the flagship there at the start. And now we have the fun part. Now we now we set up the blockade all that much bigger and a little bit more dense than it was previously. Yeah, that's really good. I like that a lot. Let's do this. All the ships kind of move around a little bit. And this should be pretty good. This, yeah, this is going to be pretty good. I like that a lot. I'm so pleased with that. Good luck getting through there. Good luck. You are not bothering my ships anymore. Love that. I really do. I'm also really curious about what's going on up here. Let me just like move kind of quickly. Because there's something here. What is this? You have to help me. It's one of my maids. I think she's been kidnapped. Interesting. What's this about? Destroy Syracuse' ship to find her missing servant. The ship is up here. Oh, I'm not doing it right now. There's no time limit on this, so we'll just leave it be. We'll get more ships eventually, and we can do it then. This right here. What do you mean a ship's under attack? It is absolutely not under attack. We might have to move this blockade slightly. We might have to move it slightly just to sort of like try and get these guys to stop coming up here and harassing these ships on the end. Or I just bring my flagship down and park it right there. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to bring my flagship down, put it right there, and have it help a little bit with whatever comes into this corner. Well, this is interesting. It would appear that one of the pirate ships has managed to get around everything and is... Oh, that's for the quest. Huh. Oh. Well, that's annoying. Do I want to send my entire fleet after them? Do I want to break the blockade for now? I sort of do. I sort of don't. I don't know. I'm going to grab a handful of ships here, I think. And we're going to go up and try and deal with this. Because I actually do need to take these ships out for this quest anyway. Where are we looking here? So if this guy wants to try and attack my harbor, we're going to try and deal with that. Is what we're going to do. I don't love that I'm sort of being forced to do this. And my harbor's kind of doing okay on its own. Like, it's doing a lot more damage to this ship than I think it realizes, which is good. I don't like that my hand's being forced a little bit. There we go. So that's that one gone, which is fine. But we have to go deal with the rest of them, which is attacking my other harbor. Really? Well, that's kind of annoying. We do have one of them here as well, which is a fast little thing. I think we'll just send my ships up this way. This thing is going to get taken out before I get there, which is fine. It works for me. It's not looking so good. It really, it's looking a little bit rough. How are we missing? It hasn't moved. Blow it out of the water. Thank you. Yeah, we have to keep looking, do we? All right. We have one of those ships up here. We'll just go and explore that corner of the map, I suppose. There is one of them over here as well. There's another one of them by my island. How many of these ships are there? I don't love this. I'll be honest. Oh, hold on a second. You know what we should do here? Let me grab all of these boats and let me just redo the blockade a little bit. Let me select all of you, select all of you, select all of you. We're going to be a little bit more vulnerable with this blockade. In fact, let me just make sure I'm grabbing only the ships that we want here. We're going to move it back is what we're going to do, because this ship is getting bullied. So we're going to move in formation. We're going to sit from here. That's a lot less ships than I wanted. I think I accidentally forgot to select some of them, which is not ideal. Select all of you, which we now have, and then move in formation from here to there. We're gonna just sort of guard a slightly more narrow part of this channel because this ship is getting bullied since it's down there on its own. We can move forward later on with all of the ships once they come back, but for now, we're just doing things this way. We'll also grab this little fleet that we have right here, and we just need to hunt down this enemy ship that's apparently up here somewhere. I don't love this. He's apparently out there somewhere. I think that's it, right? Yeah, there we are. Oh, there's two of them as well. How are we going to catch those? I feel like the answer, I know the answer, and it's we're not going to catch those because they're really friggin' fast. Oh, I take that back. We caught this one, which is great. We've also managed to rescue someone from the water, which is also good. We have to save them quickly, which is fine. We'll get you, and then I'm assuming we need to take you to here. So let's bring you over this way, which should be fine. Where's this boat? It's there. Okay. So that boat's going to go over and deliver the rescued person. I want to bring the rest of my boats down this way because we're going to work on getting the blockade set up again, which I have no problem with you guys going through. That is completely fine. These enemy boats, on the other hand, we're really going to have to do something about them is what we're going to have to do. We are 100% going to have to do something about them, but that can be shortly. There's no rush there. Also, I don't know where the boat is. That the boat that has the person? That is not the boat that has the person. I don't know where the boat is that has the person we just rescued. Is it you? It is you. Okay, also get that concrete out of there. Now, in other news, we do have this new civilian ship here. So once again, we create a trade route going from here to there, and it is going to be pretty much exclusively honeycomb the entire way across the board, which I am fine with. We are then going to be, can I not load up with more honeycomb? There we go. We're going to be unloading that once we get back to the main island. We'll establish that trade route and everything should be good. The fact that we have a ton of honeycomb up there right now makes me very, very happy. And also, I guess you can go and join the rest of the ships down here by the blockade. Once everybody gets there, we can make the blockade that little bit more dense, and we can also go ahead and turn in this quest. There we go. I don't know what the reward was for that. I have absolutely no idea. It is 30,000 denarii. Don't mind if I do. Let's get that ship down here as well. You know, I've just realized that we have all of these grapes coming together. We have all this honeycomb coming together. We have my ships going back and forth, taking that stuff to the main island as well. But something we should probably do here, a fire has started. Really? That's, ooh, hold on a minute. That's not a good place for a fire to have started at all. That's really not good. Hold on a second. Can I build you? I can build you without doing too much damage. We're gonna build you just to make sure that fire gets dealt with. But what we can do over here is actually get ourselves more trading piers. So this way we can have trading ships come through here and use this as the location for them to dock. In fact, I'm kind of wondering, now that we have the ability to build keys, could I build trading piers out here? I mean, yes is the answer to that question. I can, but my thinking is, can I build them in such a way, like, can I build one here and then one here? Possibly. I don't know if it's going to look very good if I do that. I might just do one. I'm going to do one here. And just because I want to fill that space with something, we're going to do some sardines in there because we can. I think that's fair enough. I think that kind of works. We can, however, use those, the harbor key things to make this look better, which I know doesn't really matter. I know the aesthetics of this place are not the important part of this whole thing, but you have to admit that does look a little better than what we had before. It's all nicely connected together now, which is a lot better than what we had before. I don't know if I'm going to do this, but I think that looks pretty cool. I like that a lot. We have this thing as an option for my trading ships, and then I'm slightly tempted to build another one just up here so that we can have another spot for my trading ships to come through. That seems kind of cool. In fact, what if we built two of them, and what if we built them down here? So we do 1 and 2. So we have those 2 spots for the ships to come through. We can build a little road connection here. We can build a little road connection, say, here. And I think that looks fine. I think that kind of works. I do. I like that a lot. So that'll give my ships just options, which is great. But the reason I wanted to come back here is because we do need to make a vinter is what we need. We need one of these guys. This is going to give us less knowledge. Oh, but more belief, more income, quite a bit more income, and a little bit of happiness. I don't know if I'm willing to take less knowledge. Of course, I mean, it makes sense, right? Amazing. I'm gonna put it out here, I think. It will affect some of my buildings, but not that many of them, which is fine. I think that's a good spot for it. We'll surround that in roads. And now I just need more Libertas workforce. I need more plebeian workforce. So I guess we start filling in more of this space with buildings. I do want to see if you guys have everything you could want. You do. I guess there's a market over here, which is fine. There's kind of a market in here, which is fine. Let's just do a little something like this, I guess, is probably okay. Just something, I could do this actually. And we can make like a nice little boulevard thing over here, which I think will be kind of cool. I do want to avoid making this place perfectly. I mean, we're getting to the point where things are getting really dense here. So we might, I say I don't want everything to be perfectly just grids and symmetrical and whatnot, but we're kind of, that's exactly what I'm doing. I do think I'm going to build a market in here just to, no, those guys are covered pretty well by a market actually. Well, there's a few of them. There's a few that are getting some coverage from this, which I guess is fine. You know what? I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to build the market. We're going to put the tavern right next to it. We'll surround those with some roads. We can bring this guy sort of up here if we really want to, which I think is a good idea. We can do some buildings in here as well and some roads across this way. We can do some buildings in here with some roads around it as well. And that should give us the Libertas workforce we're looking for. We are low on the level 3 guys as well, which isn't great. So let's work to sort all of this out. Let's make some upgrades. Let's go for you guys, which gives us everything that we're looking for. They're very unhappy in here as well, which I don't appreciate. I'm not thrilled about that. We'll get you guys upgraded. We'll get you guys upgraded. And we'll get, I want to say you upgraded. If I can get these guys all upgraded to the point that we don't have a shortage here, then getting the Libertas workforce should be easy enough. I think we're kind of gradually doing that, which is fine. What is the problem with unhappiness around here? Is it this? It is not. Why are they so unhappy? I'm really not sure. I mean, this will give us a bit of a bonus, which I think might be a good idea. It's only a slight bonus, but it's better than nothing, I guess. We could do a little well here for a little bit of bonus fire safety, and then you for a little bit of bonus, healthcare, just because we can. Who's attacking one of my ships and where? Oh, that reminds me. I totally forgot about the blockade. Am I putting my flagship in it this time? I guess. Wait, where is my flagship? There. Yeah, I mean, it's already in it. So I guess, yeah, all of you guys are going into the blockade, which is going to be the other way around. It's definitely not going to be that way. And I think, again, we're going to sort of move it down a little bit so that all of my trading ships can kind of get in behind it. So we'll go here, drag this whole thing out to about there, possibly. Or here. I think there could be quite cheeky so that these guys can't just sort of come around that corner. I mean, they can, but I think right there is what I'm going to do. We're going to block off a little bit more of the water this time than we did before. We're going to chase these guys off, and this is just going to stop them from touching my trade ships, which I'm completely fine with. I love this. Oh my God, we're doing some damage. We are doing some damage there. That's what I want to see. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh my God, I'm so happy with this. Wait, what? Oh my God, they have, oh, those catapults have some range. That was cheeky. I'm going to have to keep that in mind. I'm going to need some catapults. I'm going to need some catapults. You know, in a way, I suppose this makes sense. Not having tunics is less than ideal. Not having soap is less than ideal. The soap situation largely seems to be because of the lavender, which isn't great. The flour situation is a weird one because this is the wheat that we have. Demand is this line. It just occasionally drops. I don't quite get it. The tunics, though, do make sense. We actually do have a shortage of production right now for the tunics. So I guess just before we wrap things up for today, which I feel like I've said about 100 times today, we should do a little something with some hemp farms. I think it might be a good idea just to get some tunics in here. So we can do something like this, which is fine. We can do another one right here. And then we can do some of these guys, which do give us knowledge and income in the area around them. So I'm thinking right down here is going to be a fantastic spot for one of these. So it can live, if I can get it, right about there, which gives us some extra knowledge. And then in here seems like a good spot. In here seems like a good spot. Out there seems like a fantastic spot. So I think a little bit of extra knowledge right in here. It's exactly what I'm looking for. So we'll build it right about there. And you know what? Right next to it, a little latrine. Just right about there. That seems good. I feel like our total knowledge has gone down. I'm gonna admit, I do feel like it's gone down a little bit there, which isn't good. Lack of sheep as well, apparently. Interesting. Lack of limestone, a lack of a lot of things. We're gonna have to deal with all of this because island happiness being where it is gonna be potentially devastating. But we'll see how that goes. We'll we'll hope for the best is what we're gonna do. At the very least, we are making wine, which is kind of fantastic. That's a very, very good thing. That should keep us in a pretty good spot. I am concerned about the Libertas workforce continuing to drop. So I think just to bolster that a little bit, we can... Why is this all on fire? Oh my God. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. You guys can live there. Don't mind your neighbors being on fire. It's getting sorted out. It's it's a whole thing. Man, this island is huge. Like we've built a really cool city here. I like this a lot. I'm really, really pleased with this. It's not perfect. It's far from it, but oh, yes. Oh, I want to wrap up this episode and go. I'm gonna go eat, but I also want to get catapults. That seems amazing. So their accuracy is not great. Their damage is great. Their range is 50, which is higher than everything else. Oh man. Okay. So let's get rid of you. Let's do 2 of these guys. That's amazing. I realize that a lot of my people are going onto the they're going onto the ships. That's why we have a shortage of workers here and there. But that's fine. What are you doing? What do you think you're doing? First off, why is this ship so damaged? That's my flagship as well. That's less than ideal. Yeah, I want the ship catapults really badly. I want like, maybe not that many of them. Not from there anyway. Let's do no archers. Let's do 2 catapults and save. We'll do 2 of them from here. And that'll be 4 more ships for the blockade or for whatever else I decide they're going to be doing. That's going to be fun. It's going to be really, really fun. I am looking forward to whatever chaos I'm about to cause. I'm looking forward to having the catapults. I think that's going to be a really good time. I think it's going to be chaotic, but I think it's going to be a really, really good time. And I'm looking forward to it. Let's just do one last little thing though. And this is going to be the last thing. I just want to do that right there because we have the Libertas workforce in there. Oh my God, that unhappiness is rough. That is really, really rough. I realize, I mean, if we look at their needs seem okay. Area effect and specialists is not helping. From buildings isn't great either. Are we short? What are we short on here? So we're still short in all the stuff that we're importing, basically, is what that tells me. We might need more boats. It's kind of hard to tell. It's kind of difficult to tell. We might need more resin as well. I don't like that production on some of these things is kind of terrible, but sure. Production in this is 160%. That's mathematically impossible, but sure, that's fine. Yeah. I don't quite understand certain bits of this. Like salt is something that we have the potential to produce, right? So the current is 2, the potential is 6. Is it just, I don't understand why we have a deficit. Like what the current demand is 3 and it's only ever going to be 3. If we have the potential to supply 6, why are we not constantly supplying 3? I don't quite understand how this works, because we have the capacity to provide for the demand that is there. That's my thinking here, right? So I don't quite understand how these charts work. If you do, let me know in the comments, because I just do not get it. I do want to have a look at the salt thing. I don't remember which of these needs salt. So we have what, 3 salt ponds? So that is, so yeah, that's 6 per minute. I mean, if this is garum, if we look at my chart, if we look at my spreadsheet, it is 1 salt pond for 2 of these guys to 1 of these guys. So how many of these do I have? How many garum works do I have? I have 2. So that's fine, I guess. But so by that logic, so if it's 1 of these for every 3 garum works, it's 1 salt thing for 3 garum works, right? So this is 1.5 minutes, yeah. So 1 of these for 3 of you, which we have 2. And then it was 2 of these for every, so 1, 2, and 3, basically. So we have the 2 of these that we would want. We have 3 salt ponds, which is excessive. We don't need 3 salt ponds, I guess, unless we need it for something else. We actually, no, we need them for sandals. So that's probably why we have this set up the way we do. In fact, I would argue that what's most likely happening here is this little trio of buildings we have down here is the setup for this whole thing. So I wonder then, if we look at our sandals production, we also need salt for that. So sandals suggests 1 pig farm, 1 salt pond, into 2 tanneries, of which we do have 2 tanneries, into 4 sandal makers, of which we have 2 right now. Interesting. I don't quite understand it. I don't quite understand how these charts work. And I think that's something I might do a little bit of research into these. Again, if you kind of have an idea of how exactly this works, do let me know in the comments below, because I am feeling like an idiot. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I've figured out the fire safety. I've got people happy. We have research going ahead, but I cannot for the life of me figure out island happiness, and that's slightly annoying. Anyway, I think we can go ahead and leave it there for today. We have this beautiful big blockade across the water here that's keeping the raiders at bay, which is exactly what we want to be doing. We got another island, which is fantastic. We're researching a bunch of things. We're making ships with catapults now, which is going to be amazing as well. There's still a lot of work to do, but I think we're now at the point where there's like 1 or 2 more things to do. And then we can kind of go to Albion and see what that's all about, which I'm really excited to do. I know I'm kind of holding off on doing that. I'm not doing that to try and drag things out. I'm just having a lot of fun here. And I'm wanting to try and get all of my productions here to be optimized and up and running as best they can be. I would like to look into some actual ground troops and soldiers at some point as well. I think that could be kind of cool. And at some stage, I do want to go down and deal with the raiders, but I think we're going to need the catapults to do that. I think we're going to need ship armor to do that, which is something we have to research. But to do that, we have to have 5 tons of armor in storage. I kind of wonder if I could buy it. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Either way, that's going to do us for today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. This has been an absolute pleasure, as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.